lot of the people involved in these conferences are CEOs. I used to be the CEO for a while of the Department of Foreign Affairs in Canada and for a while of the country itself. One of the differences between a public CEO at that time and a private CEO was that my world necessarily was larger than yours. What's changed now is that your universe, the universe of almost every business you can name in this modern world, is not as narrow as it used to be. Acting responsibly is no longer a choice. It is becoming increasingly a necessity.
Companies don't transform, that's the first thing. People transform. They can transform themselves, or they can be inspired by others to transform. So I think a transformation will happen when a lot of people make a big change in themselves. And that usually happens when they've connected between what's really important to them from a personal point of view and what's really important to them in business. So if everybody comes to work in BC Hydro every day and is really inspired by what we do and is really inspired by how we do it, that will transform our company.
I think that generally speaking, people, they don't need to be led and they don't need to be managed, but they need to be inspired. So I would say to the CEO, how good are you of inspiring people to do the right thing? And how do you inspire people? Well, it's by example, yourself. If you show up in a big 4x4, SUV at work, and you're promoting sustainability, and you're the leader of that corporation, that may be a problem, and people will see. True. So when you are genuine, honest, and you really own this from an emotional perspective and not just a technical perspective, oh, I have to do this because the market is putting pressure, but you own it because it's the right thing to do and it's the smart thing to do, then people get in it. And what you're providing is you're providing at a higher purpose for people to come to work for your organization, and therefore you are utilizing the strength, the personal strength of all the individual to a common purpose.
If organizations are contemplating change related to wanting to improve or develop or enhance their corporate social responsibility agenda, that they be driven first and foremost by an authentic desire to change.
To what degree do you have to change your business in order to actually fulfill on the objectives, the underlying objectives of CSR? And I think for many organizations, those changes are fairly profound. And that creates fear. Having said that, the rewards of working your way through that change, again, I use the word profound, are fairly significant. And the rewards in how that creates an interesting dialogue across the company, how when you bring those strategies forward, employees can embrace them and actually be much more effective in the change that the changes they identify and the strategies that they bring forward. It's a very empowering thing for an organization.
What CBSR would like to see is a real commitment at the executive level within Canada to advance the corporate social responsibility practice of each and every company. So if a company is new to this field and they're just starting out, make that effort to advance your team, your knowledge, your awareness, and your practice to the next level. And to ensure that this happens at the scale that's required. I think what we want to see is companies working within their industries. So think about how you can, as a company, influence others within your industry to advance your practice and to improve your performance with sustainability and the sustainability of the planet as your end goal.
It's really an honor to welcome here in Canada our patron, CBSR's patron, the Prince of Wales, to our session and to our city, to our country. The Prince of Wales has been such a passionate supporter and leader on the topic of sustainability and business action on sustainability for a long time. And we were just thrilled when we were brought into that family of nonprofits in the Commonwealth under his patronage.